What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is some question and answers to the question and answers video I said I was going to do last week. First of all, I haven't been making too terribly many videos this week because I just really haven't felt like doing it, because some people just really get on my nerves and really it's just not even worth doing anymore as it is. But here I am making this video because I feel like I should make this video, seeing how I said I was going to make this video. Anyways, the most common question asked was, what do I do for a living? Which I say, I print stuff. That's a great oversimplification, but I print stuff out, as in, you know, artwork and everything from photos to artwork to banners to signage, whole bunch of different stuff, lamination, mounting, and I do like 16 different things at once, so it's very hard to say what I do for a living. I'll just say that my job title is graphic designer, although I rarely get to actually design, unfortunately. So that's what I do for a living. It keeps me entertained, it keeps me busy, very busy. But anyways, some more random questions before I get to the gaming aspect of things. Here, AidCat. I don't know how to pronounce your name at all, so I'm just going to say it. When having sex with a partner, female or male, whichever way you go, I do prefer the women. If you like the men, that's your own thing, and you can keep that to yourself. Do you prefer paper or plastic on your penis as far as protection-wise? Plastic. I work in a job where I'm around paper all the time. I've seen what can happen with a paper cut. I've seen paper cuts go horribly wrong in blood loss. And I'm talking about actual blood loss, not just, you know, oh, I scratched myself, ow. Yeah, I know enough about the human anatomy to know that there's a lot of blood flow going through your penis. So a paper cut on your penis would probably be very detrimental. And it would hurt like hell every time you took another step or shifted positions at all. So yeah, plastic please. Box, I need tax advice over BLR gameplay, asked by French BQC. French Canadians, always good. But seeing how you're French Canadian, I guess, just in general, go on, take the money and run. Yeah, just go listen to some Steve Miller. I think that's who it was. I don't know. Oh my God. Aztec 8765 4321 hike. What's your favorite food and drink? Fast food or restaurant? Favorite food is tacos or pizza, but not taco pizza. Fast food or restaurant? Don't really care. Favorite drink would be either water or Mountain Dew. I do consume a lot of Mountain Dew. Of course, I play video games as well, so what else is new? And what is my favorite movie? What type of music do I listen to? What bands do I like? And that's by Afro Thunder 007, who every time I see your name, I just have to read your comments in the voice of Three Dog from Fallout 3. It just seems like it fits. But anyways, my favorite movie would be Goldfinger, because it's the best James Bond movie out there with the best James Bond. And even today, it still doesn't feel like a dated movie, even though it is some 40, 50 years ago now. Really quite astounding. It is definitely an awesome movie. It is definitely my favorite movie. Other favorites would have to include Grand Prix, which is quite possibly some of the best footage you're going to see from that era of racing, and just really kind of a look into the mindset of those men who strapped into cars that were basically bombs. They were basically insane. The original Gone in 60 Seconds, not the one that was remade back in the 90s. I mean, the original one with actual Eleanor. That car chase at the end is just amazing. It just goes on, and it's just awesome, honestly. And I just want to toss this out there, but a documentary that I saw last week that's been out for a while, and that would be the Senna documentary. He is, of course, my favorite racing driver ever, because the man was a competitor, a fierce competitor, and you know that is racing, and that's why I like racing. Otherwise, it might seem like just cars going around in circles, but you know, the last 20 minutes of that film, you know the end. It's just like, that was probably the most powerful 20 minutes. I actually did start crying, not gonna lie. And that's saying something for a movie. So I would definitely have to throw that up in there, because it was just amazing, to be perfectly honest. Anyways, what type of music do I listen to? This is another common one. Metal / progressive / rock / whatever. I guess I'd say I prefer the progressive metal, I guess it'd have to be called, but anytime you talk metal, there's 15,000 subgenres, and there's a bunch of elitists about it, so I really don't try to categorize it, because it never works well. I will say my favorite band is Dream Theater. If you need any reason why, just go ahead and listen to Image's Words, Awake, and then Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from Memory, which are quite possibly 3 of the best pieces of music ever recorded. I will say Awake is my favorite album ever because it just is amazing from start to finish. Space Divest is quite possibly one of the darkest songs ever. Go listen to it. It's definitely very haunting. Other favorite bands, Symphony X, Rush, Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath, of course Ozzy Osbourne, particularly during the Randy Rhoads era, another one taken too soon. That man had some serious talent. Even going over to things such as Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, of course, Megadeth, Metallica versus Megadeth, which one, don't really care, doesn't matter. I just like stuff with good riffs and just get into it. And I also like the songs that, really stroke with a paintbrush and get that mental picture going. So, yeah, that's that. Medal of Honor Warfighter, it's going to be awesome. There, I said it. Yeah. Yeah. Don't ask me what that noise was. Sounds like something out of Angry Birds. Okay, on to the gaming portion. Slickman asks, what game am I looking forward to the most right now and why? And I'd say that'd be Assetto Corsa, which is a PC-exclusive racing sim that's going to be coming out later this year, maybe 2013. And basically, it's the best guys out there in terms of physics, which is the most important thing, and force feedback, which is the second most important thing. And they're actually going to be adding AI and laser scan tracks and a DirectX 11 graphics engine. It just sounds like a gift from the gods of simulation, which every now and then these things happen over in the simulator era, from Falcon 4.0, Grand Prix Legends to what we have now, to Arma 2, basically those landmark things that just advance the bar 10 miles ahead of everything else. So I think it could be that, and that's definitely got me excited in terms of first-person shooters, because I'm sure you guys are probably more interested in that rather than racing. What game am I looking forward to the most right now? That'd be PlanetSide 2, actually. I don't know whether I will really like this one or if I really will hate it. That's why I'm looking forward to it so much, because it should be interesting. It seems interesting, but it also seems like something I might just not like, because I don't like Battlefield-style vehicles, which is what PlanetSide 2 looks to have. But then again, it's set in the future type setting, so maybe I can get used to it and be like, oh, well, it doesn't need to actually abide by the laws of physics. I'm looking at you, Battlefield. Yeah. Forza 642, you just wrote this, so I felt like I had to mention this because it was definitely very crafty. I tried writing this on a post-it note on my forehead, but then I realized that you couldn't see it. Yeah, I didn't think that comment through. Sorry. Anyways, favorite funnest game I've ever played. Tie that in with favorite PC game and what got me into PC gaming. Battlefield, favorites, blah, blah, blah. The usual question. Favorite funnest game in the real world would definitely either be Monopoly or Risk, because I do like the thinking. It is definitely fun, although I don't think I've ever actually finished either game, to be honest, because no one has. Except for maybe tournament players, but not that serious, of course. Or in terms of sports, obviously racing, which is most definitely sport, as well as football. Definitely like American football, but I'll watch pretty much any sports from hockey to soccer, or European football to American football to golf, even if the mood is right. Pretty much anything. Anything and everything. So, yeah. Favorite PC game, what got me into PC gaming? Favorite PC gaming, Falcon 4.0, and that's what the holy crap, what did he say? What's that? That was a F-16 simulator released back in 1998, way back when 800 by 600 was groundbreaking resolution. But fully realistic, F-16 simulator, all the systems and everything, bunch of little switches and multitasking going on. And it's set in the Korean Peninsula, oddly enough, back in 1998. Hey, look at where we are now. But, it was a fully dynamic campaign, and you could move around individual units and play it kind of like a real-time strategy type of game. And everything that you did had an effect. It was the entire Korean Peninsula, basically, in a game. And it was all dynamic, and everything was trying to kill you or trying to kill other things that were going to end up trying to kill you in a later mission. It was just amazing. It was mind-blowing. It was completely addictive. and it still has not been matched yet. You know, I know there's DCS out there, but it's just not close. It's just not. But anyways, in terms of first-person shooters, I'd probably have to say Call of Duty 4 out of obligation because I have played it the most. You know, really the rest of them are quite balanced. In terms of consoles, I will say PlayStation 1, Gran Turismo 2 by 1.5 miles, N64, GoldenEye because, well, GoldenEye is quite possibly the greatest game ever made, in my opinion. I do love that game. In fact, I've played it fairly recently, so I'm not just saying that out of the rose-tinted glasses. I just love that game. But what is my favorite Battlefield game? The one that DICE failed to make, and that'd be the mixture between Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 3. As well as what got me into PC gaming. Well, actually, we just got a PC way back when I was a little kid, like 5 years old, for my dad's work, and we just started installing games on that and installing CD-ROM drives, which was cutting edge back then. Wow, CD-ROM drive! I know. And it was just kind of stuck, you know, and as well as the fact that, you know, I've been with the consoles, been with the PCs at the same time. I've never been a PC gamer or a console gamer. I've been both pretty much the entire time I've been playing video games. You know, from when I was a little kid and we were playing, you know, Atari. Enduro was like my favorite game ever. At the time, it was just amazing. I always thought those things were tanks, though. I could never figure out how in the world they were supposed to be cars. They looked like tanks, I swear to God, but yeah, I never really didn't get into PC gaming, I should say. That makes more sense. You know, even when I was on console, I was still on PC and vice versa, so... a question that's impossible to answer. That Battlefield game questions, though, because I didn't think I answered that. Bad Company 1, because it's probably the mixture that suits me best. So, that's going to be that. Bye.